Hey guys, AntVenom here, and welcome back to another Minecraft video, and today is going to be part 2 of the Wedge mod review. And the reason why I'm doing this video is because the mod very recently got updated to allow for 2 different settings. And the first setting is to allow for 256 height maps, and the second setting is like sort of like an easy mode, which will allow you to generate very awesome looking maps like this without having to mess with too many settings. So if some of the settings for you guys were like really daunting and you just didn't want to go fooling around with them too much, well, you don't have to anymore. Though in my opinion, the easy mode options, there's really not as many of them as I would have liked to see. But anyways, so moving on here, yes, I did end up spawning inside of a mushroom biome, or not spawning in, but I was running around for a little while, and I ended up coming across this. And as well, if you guys are curious, I'm using the multi-core Optifine mod because the 256 height maps, even from my computer, it just completely wrecks my computer. So I got the Optifine mod that takes better advantage of multiple cores, so, you know, the worlds would generate faster and there wouldn't be nearly as much clogging on my CPU, so the worlds would generate properly and I wouldn't dip down to like 1 frame per second for like 10 seconds at a time, because that's what happens with 256 height maps when there is a lot of actual land data in that area. So anyways, moving on here, I'm going to go ahead and I am going to escape out here, and I am going to show you guys some of the easy mode options. So if I go into create new world, set it to creative, set the world type to super fun. Now when you hit create world, you get the 2 different options, and if I hit expert here, it's going to show all of the options that you guys could see previously, and I'll mess around with this a little bit at the end of the video. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and I am going to hit easy, and as you can see, these are the 2 settings that I had set before. I'm actually going to raise the sea level a little bit. I think if I set it to 0.5, then the sea level will be where it normally is. And then if I hit preview here, you can get a general idea of the noise map of this map. So anyways, let me just set it to be a little bit crazier. As you can see, it just looks a little bit crazier. If I set it up to 1.0, it gets really crazy. And of course, if I set it down to 0, you get a very dull looking map. This actually looks more exciting than half of the maps that spawn in Minecraft as it is. So anyways, I'm going to set this to 0.75. There we go. So that should be good for now. So let's go ahead and let's see what generates. Saving chunks. There we go. Okay, yeah, this is... Whoa. Talk about your all-time weirdest spawning locations. So I guess I'm in a jungle biome, so that's kind of neat. I'm really wondering if this is going to be like a floating jungle biome or something. Oh my god, I went really far underground. I'm like spam clicking right now. Whew, wow. Okay. So this is really neat. My frame rate is actually really low right now because the world is generating all around me. If I do let it generate, then my frame rate is probably going to be bumped up quite a bit. But I'm also using a couple of different settings with the Optifine mod. Like I have anti-aliasing on, I have connected textures on, I have a whole bunch of other different settings. But I'm above 30 frames a second now, so I can show you guys around here. So yeah, as you can see, the worlds are completely and totally crazy. And if I fly around long enough, well, as you guys saw there, I was inside of like a little cave of sorts, but I want to see if I can find any ocean around here. I'm not really sure if I'm going to be able to, but I know what I am going to be able to do. I'm going to punch this out right here. I really hope there's no sandstone. Really hope. Nope, no sandstone at all. And that's one of the things that I'm actually going to be messing with when I go back to expert mode, is I'm going to create a world that is going to be very susceptible to having all sorts of tons and tons of falling blocks. But yeah, so as you can see, using the easy mode, you can still get some really insane worlds. However, I believe that, you know, like in my personal opinion, this is much better than expert mode because you get what I really, you know, like the only way I can word it are manageable worlds. Worlds that are actually livable. You could actually create a home here and mess around with this, you know, and all that. Though the only unfortunate thing with this mod right now, and I really hope this gets fixed very soon, is that at least in most cases, when you exit out of the world and then when you come back into the world, it won't generate like this anymore. And I believe that the main issue with that happens when you actually exit out of Minecraft as a whole, because then the quote-unquote default settings for the mod actually change, so the world won't spawn nearly as completely freaking awesome as it is right now. Ooh, there's a ravine down there. That's awesome. I actually gotta check that out. It would be so cool if like this mod allowed for different placement of ravines and stuff, so like you could make it so that they could spawn thicker, you know, higher and stuff like that. But still, it is kind of neat to see them down this low. So anyways, okay, so I think I've flown around for enough time here. You guys have seen how absolutely insane this looks. Man, I wonder if this is what the North Pole looks like. You never know. You never know. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to exit out here, and I am going to generate a new world. And I'm going to show you guys some of the settings that I mess with in order to get things to be really, quote-unquote, super fun. So if I go to create new world, I'll go to expert. Let's take a look at the... Okay, so this preview looks really boring. I'm going to set it to default. Okay, that's still really boring. Let me randomize this. I'm going to randomize it a few times. Whoa, that's like crazy. Well, it kind of reminds me of the Farlands if it was a little bit thicker. But yeah, there's one specific type, you know, type of look that I'm going for here. And that's not going to be it. Okay, so I think that this will probably do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change, I think it's the Y lerp factor. Yes, okay, so that's what I'm looking for. And as you can see, the world now has like a whole ton of layers to it. And it's actually even laggy just looking at the preview here. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to change the main fill block. I'm going to click on it a few times here. Hopefully I don't end up passing it. There we go. So I'm going to change it over to sand and I'm going to hit done. And now, anywhere where like the main primary block would be... Oh my god. Oh my god. If I end up lagging out immediately, just... Yeah. But yeah, so as you can see, there are many different layers here. And if I were to punch out any one of these here, sand would just start falling and it would be like a massacre. There probably is sand falling in areas. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to punch this out here. And I'm going to watch all of this fall. Yeah, and I can assure you guys, I mean, I'm only doing 7 frames per second right now, but I can assure you my frame rate would be much higher if I was not capturing. But as you can see, there's all sorts of sand falling down here, and I don't know, I think it's just a lot of fun to mess with. So, you know, just one of the many, many things that you guys can do with this mod. Oh my god, just look at this mess. Look at this mess. This is crazy. Yeah, my frame rate is dropping really badly. But yeah, gee, I wonder why, because the physics of Minecraft right now are just bogging down my computer. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to exit out, and I'll spawn one more world, just kind of for the heck of it, just to show you guys the actual easy mode options, because I don't think I actually showed you guys the easy mode options. Let's go to create new world, hit easy. That's kind of weird. Okay, there we go. So yeah, okay, so I did show you guys this. So yeah, that's right. Before I set the craziness to 0.75, and then the sea level. Yeah, I'll bring the sea level much higher so you guys can actually see it. Okay, building terrain, saving chunks, and this time I actually spawned. Oh god, what is going on? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This looks really weird. This doesn't really feel like it should be spawning like this. I feel like something is totally wrong. This is not how the world should be spawning right now. Yeah, I think the main fill block is still sand. So I think all the settings that I used on expert mode have carried over to easy mode. So I'll probably have to restart Minecraft before I can actually go using this. Yeah, because you can see there's just tons and tons of sand that is still falling. But I think it's amusing nonetheless. Man, this really does remind me of the Farlands. Brings back the memories. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end off this review here. So I guess it's sort of like a forewarning. If you mess around with the expert settings, restart your Minecraft before you go considering using the easy mode settings, because it will mess your game up. Wow, that is a lot of sand that's falling. So anyways, guys, I hope you all have enjoyed this video. My name is AntVenom, and I bid you all farewell. Thanks so much for watching.